Hello, women. Karen McCoy here. And in this tough love video, I want to help you get unstuck. Okay. So when we're stuck, and I'm in the body transformation space, but we could be stuck anywhere with our finances, in our relationship, in our career, our goals for retirement, whatever. We have to get we have to get to a place of our breaking point, right? And I talk to a lot of women who are not happy with their bodies. They're not happy with aging. There's a lot of stuff happening in their world. There's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of stress. They're being pulled in a lot of different directions. So often we can give a strategy to help them, but that strategy is they're going to have invest in time. They're going to have to invest money. They're going to have to invest in a coaching relationship. They're going to have to let go of some things, some self-limiting beliefs. They're going to have to maybe have a conversation with some family members, whatever it may be, because everybody's different. Every woman coming in to work with me wants the same thing. They want a healthy body. They want a healthy life. They want to be in ease and flow. They want to feel proud and empowered and confident and energized, all of that lovely stuff. But the path to get there can sometimes seem overwhelming. It's actually not. The first thing and the main thing that has to happen is you have to be at a place where enough is enough. Enough is enough, right? And a lot of women are stuck in getting ready to get ready, or, well, I'll think about it. It's not that bad. Okay, so if it's not that bad, is it going to change? Well, it won't fix itself. And so some women prefer, and this is people, this is human beings in general, guys. This is the human condition. Prefer to stay with the comfortable, even if it's not healthy, even if it's not progressive, because it's what they know. And so that comfort zone is really, really strong. It's stronger in other people than in some. It's just the way it is. And those of us that have had to work out of our comfort zone, and then we start understanding that freedom is on the other side of the comfort zone, then when we get uncomfortable, then the feeling is, oh, I'm uncomfortable here. That must mean I need to move forward. And that has been the grace, what I've learned over the years of doing this personal development work, because it's really personal development, personal growth work that I do with food and fitness and body shaping and healthy aging being the springboard, if you will. They are the tools, but it is a personal growth, personal development. It has to be. You can't have a physical transformation without an emotional, mental, and spiritual one. It's just the way it is. It is in my world. That's how I coach. And if all you want is the food plan and the workout, that's great. There's a lot of other trainers and coaches that can do that for you. In my world, my women coming forward are all recognizing, because they're 40, 50, 60 plus, they're recognizing they're kind of at midlife and they're like, oh, I want a great body. I want to lose the weight. I want to look good. I want to, be happy in my marriage, all that kind of stuff. But they also understand it's not so much about the externals anymore. It really is about who they are, what they want, what they're all about, what's their purpose, what's the possibilities for them, right? And so these are the bigger esoteric, cosmic, spiritual questions, if you will. And there is a spiritual growing awareness that's happening and is hitting women, especially because we grow in intuition at 40, 50, 60. A lot of it is biological, a lot of it is the shifting hormones, but it's also the universal energy in the world, which I can't get into, but it's a whole cosmic thing that's happening. And that's why I'm grateful to be in this space, because this is where women often land with me, to be able to be validated in what they're feeling, going, yeah, I am feeling off course. Yeah, I am wondering, what's the next 30 years and what do I want? And yes, we want a great body. Yes, we want a healthy, happy, easy relationship with our food. Yes, we want to feel good. Yes, we want to combat disease and fatigue and pain and unhealthy aging, all that stuff. We want to move into redefining aging, and that's what we're doing. But I want to read a little excerpt. This is one of we do readings in my mastery program, but this is one that I came across a few years ago. The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. Really suggest you get this book. Um, I have a lot of my own self-help books over there. I've had the same ones. There's probably, I don't know, 15, 20 of them. I've had them for decades and they still serve me because they're my favorites. and they fuel me. So in my work with clients, we're always doing readings, we're doing journaling, we're doing introspection work, the 3 M's mindset, mantras, and meditation. Really, really important, guys, because the body of our health is a reflection of our spirit and our soul as well. So when I work with women, it's the whole meal deal, because the physical, mental, nutritional, emotional, spiritual is all woven into the fabric of who we are. So it really is a holistic approach to healthy aging. But I want to talk about getting unstuck. Okay. So I'm just going to read a little bit. She talks about, where are we here? Okay. The greatest act of self-love is to no longer accept a life you're unhappy with. Oh my word, ladies. Doesn't mean that you have to, like, you know, divorce the partner and go on a caravan by yourself. That's not what it means. It's not about changing others or the external environment. This is all about us. It is to be able to state the problem plainly and in a straightforward manner. So here's the deal. We can't change what we can't see. And most people are living unconsciously. This I truly believe. And my whole role as an empowerment coach, as well as fitness and food coach, is to let women understand the importance of waking up and living consciously and living present. Super, super important. However, guys, there is a responsibility to this. You betcha. And there is work to it. And there is challenges, and there is stepping outside your comfort zone. If you're happy where you're at, great. But if you're like, oh, yeah, okay, then just consider what I'm going to say here. Okay. You can make peace, or you can commit to changing. The lingering is what is keeping you stuck. Oh, I love that. Okay. I always say you're either on the fence or off. There's nothing in between. There's nothing in between. You're either moving towards building health, or you're moving away towards building disease. There's nothing in between. There's always something momentum. Things are always changing, right? And you have to understand that not making a choice is making a choice. Right? It's making a choice. So when women want to change their body, they want to take on a strategy, they want to take on a coach, they want to invest in a program, and then they go, well, no, not right now. Then they're making a choice to stay where they are. It's not about choosing not to do that. It's about choosing, I'm going to stay where I am right now. And if that's what you want, that's cool. This is about understanding your wants and being consciously aware of making a choice, because then you are in alignment. When you're in resistance is where you're not making a choice, or you're waffling. I was a waffler for years. You know why? Because I wanted a guarantee. I wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision, so that I wouldn't make a wrong decision and then, oh, feel the pain of it, or have to start over or give it up. And I wanted a guarantee. Well, life was sure going to teach me that there are no guarantees in life. And I had to learn it the hard way, because I didn't listen. And that's the thing. If you don't listen, you learn the hard way, because the lessons just keep getting bigger. So I I'm a Taurus, so I guess sometimes I just need to hit my head against that brick wall 1,000 times before I learn. And now I'm learning a softer, gentler way. I can feel the shift. It's like, oh, okay, now I see it. I don't have to be hit over the head. I got it. I got it. So that is moving in without resistance. That is surrendering to and understanding where I need to go is what the universe is showing me here. So she goes on to talk about hitting rock bottom. Now, I'm in fitness and body transformation for women. And so rock bottom is when you hate your body, when you've got 50, 100, 200 pounds on it, when you let things happen and you just let it all slip away, when you're embarrassed to go out because you don't like the way you look, or you don't want to be seen eating in public. So then you just eat a salad and you go home and go to the fridge and eat whatever you want with abandonment, right? So all of this is what we do to try to hide. We layer up, right? And we're pretending, oh, it's okay. No, no, really, it's okay. And really, it's not. So we talk about, I got my puppy here. You. We talk about rock bottom is very often where we begin our healing journey. This is where many women begin their body transformation journey. Okay. Rock bottom becomes a turning point, because it is only at that point that most people think, I never want to feel this way again. Oop, I lost my life. So this is where I say to women, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you at a place where you're ready to begin something fresh. And if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, then you know, right? Come on, give me some light. There we go. Then you know it's time. It's time. It is a declaration and a resolution. It is one of the most life-changing things you can ever experience. It becomes the foundation upon which you build everything else, right? We must heal. We must change. We must choose to turn around so that we will never feel this way again. Women are so hard on themselves. I always say we are the hardest working force in the universe, us women, but we are so hard on ourselves. We are hard on aging. We're hard on our bodies. We're hard on our looks. And society also unconsciously put that on us too. And that's just, it's the way it's built. It's the way the world is built. But this is where women go down into what I call the shame guilt cycle. They feel guilty that they can't get there, they can't look better, they can't feel better. They don't like, how they feel. Hormones are changing things, their relationship changing, their level of intimacy changes or isn't there. And then they go into the shame around it. What's wrong with me? Why can't I? I was so good in my 20s and 30s. I just can't get it together, right? This is what we do to ourselves. We self-recriminate, right? And we start policing ourselves as we're the wrong. But we have the capacity, every woman on this planet has the know-how and the confidence and the strength and commitment to change. We just have forgotten. That's all. We've just forgotten it. If you've raised children, if you're in a marriage, if you built a business, if you've gone to college, if you've got a mortgage, all of this requires commitment and discipline. We all have it, guys. But when it comes to the body or feeling better, looking better, we're like, no, I can't do that. It's not true. It's not true. Just turn off the noise of mainstream, please, because it's not serving you. That's my role on this planet, is to not let my women fall into the craziness of mainstream or the group think, as I call it, because it's not serving you and it's not you. It's not the essence of who you are, right? It's based on blame, complaint, failure, fear, uh, conforming, all that stuff. It is not in support of the essence of who you are. So we don't reach a breaking point because one or two things are wrong. We reach a breaking point when we finally accept that the problem isn't how the world is, it is how we are. If you really want to change your life, let yourself be consumed with rage, not towards others, not the world, but within yourself. I know you're going, oh, no, 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 Karen, I have to be gentle with self. I have to be forgiving. Yes, and you are, but it's okay to feel the shitty feeling of the years that you've spent not tending to yourself because you felt you weren't worth it, right? Get angry, determined, and allow yourself to develop tunnel vision with one thing and one thing only at the end, that you will not go on as you are. That's it. That's it. You will find the people, you will find the coach, you will find the trainer, you will find the business coach, you will find the relationship counselor, whatever it is that you need. When you make that decision, the heavens open up. I always say it's like opening the window and fresh air coming in. But you need to make that decision, and then nothing is going to dissuade you from it. Nothing. I want to finish with her prelude here. And I send this out to all my women who join me in the 20-week mastery program. It is a very committed invite-only program for women who are really ready to change who they are and what they're meant to be on this planet, starting with the physical body, the weight, the transformation, the healthy aging, and then we go into mindset. So I love this because what she's basically saying, the mountain is you. And once we accept that, we can move past it, right? Everything starts and ends with self, and we are responsible and capable of being all that we want to be. So let me just read this for you. Much like nature, life is very often working in our favor, even when it seems like we are only being faced with adversity, discomfort, and change. As forest fires are essential to the ecology of the environment, opening new seeds that require heat to sprout and rebuild a population of trees, our minds also go through periodic episodes of positive disintegration or a cleansing through which we release and renew our self-concept. We know that nature is most fertile and expansive at its perimeters, where climates meet. And we also transform when we reach our edge states, the points at which we are forced to step out of our comfort zones and regroup. We can no longer rely on our coping mechanisms to help distract us from the problems in our lives. It can feel as though we've hit rock bottom. In reality, is that this sort of awakening is what happens when we finally come to terms with the problems that have existed for a long time. The breakdown is often just the tipping point that precedes the breakthrough. The moment a star implodes before it becomes a supernova. Just as a mountain is formed when two sections of the ground are forced against one another, your mountain will arise out of coexisting but conflicting needs. Your mountain requires you to reconcile two parts of you, the conscious and the unconscious, the part of you that is aware of what you want and the part of you that is not aware of why you are still holding yourself back. Historically, mountains have been used as metaphors for spiritual awakenings, journeys of personal growth, and of course, insurmountable challenges that seem impossible to overcome when we are standing at the bottom. Like so much of nature, mountains provide us with an inherent wisdom about what it will take to rise up to our highest potential. The objective of being human is to grow. We see this reflected back to us in every part of life. Species reproduce. DNA evolves to eliminate certain strands and develop new ones, and the edges of the universe are expanding forever outward. Likewise, our ability to feel the depth and beauty of life is capable of expanding forever inward if we are willing to take our problems and see them as catalysts for change. Forest fires need fire to do this. Forests need fire to do this. Volcanoes need implosions. Stars need collapse. And human beings often need to be faced with no other option but to change before they really do. To have a mountain in front of you does not mean you are fundamentally broken in any way. Everything in nature is imperfect, and it is because of that imperfection that growth is possible. If everything existed in uniformity, the gravity that created the stars and planets and everything that we know would not exist. Without breaks, faults, and gaps, nothing could grow and nothing would become. The fact that you are imperfect is not a sign that you have failed. It is a sign that you are human. And more importantly, it is a sign that you still have more potential within you. Maybe you know what your mountain is. Maybe it's addiction, weight, relationships, jobs, motivation, or money. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's a vague sense of anxiety, low self-esteem, fear, or a general discontentment that seems to bleed out onto everything else. The mountain is often less a challenge in front of us as it is a problem within us. An unstable foundation that might not seem evident on the surface, but is nonetheless shifting almost every part of our lives. Usually when we have a problem that is circumstantial, we are facing the reality of life. When we have a problem that is chronic, we are facing the reality of ourselves. We often think that to face a mountain means to face life's hardships, but the truth is that it is almost always because of the years we have spent accumulating tiny traumas, adaptations, and coping mechanisms, all of which have compounded over time. Your mountain is the block between you and the life you want to live. Facing it is also the only path to your freedom and becoming. You are here because a trigger showed you to your wound. And your wound will show you to your path, and your path will show you to your destiny. When you arrive at this breaking point, the foot of the mountain, the heat of the fire, the night that finally wakes you, you're at the crux of the breakdown. And if you are willing to do the work, you will find that it is the entryway to the breakthrough you have spent your entire life waiting for. Your old self can no longer sustain the life you are trying to lead. It is time for reinvention and rebirth. You must release your old self into the fire of your vision and be willing to think in a way you have never even tried before. You must mourn the loss of your younger self, the person who has gotten you this far, but who is no longer equipped to carry you onward. You must envision and become one with your future self, the hero of your life that is going to lead you from here. The task in front of you is silent, simple, and monumental. It is a feat most do not ever get to the point of attempting. You must now learn agility, resilience, and self-understanding. You must change completely, never to be the same again. The mountain that stands in front of you is the calling of your life, your purpose for being here, and your path finally made clear. One day, this mountain will be behind you, but who you become in the process of getting over it will stay with you always. In the end, it is not the mountain that you master, but yourself. Lovely book. We bring this in as soon as women come join the 20-week Mastery Lifestyle Program, and we work through all of these teachings with many different vehicles, many different audios and many different videos, many different homework pieces, the coaching, the one-on-one in the group, because it is so important that women understand that they are at the root of everything. And yes, you can. You can have the body you want. You can have the life you want. You can transcend and recreate yourself. And at this age, it's usually what women are looking for. So I hope that was helpful to you guys. And just know you have everything inside of you for any kind of magical breakthrough that you're looking for. I'm Karen McCoy, and I bid you well. Thanks for listening. Ciao. Much love.